안녕하세요. 미국주식으로 은퇴하기 미주은입니다. 여러분들 즐거운 주말, 행복한 주말 만들고 계신지 모르겠습니다. 최근 들어서요, 제가 영상마다 구독, 좋아요, 알람 설정을 부탁드리고 있는데요. 그 중에서도 여러분들께 최근 들어서 알람 설정에 대한 중요성을 좀 강조를 드리고 있습니다. 그 이유를 잠깐 설명드리고 싶은데요. 제가 미주은의 관리자 페이지에 들어가서 다음과 같은 정보를 찾아냈습니다. 보시면요, 미주은을 구독해 주시는 전체 구독자분들 중에요, 약 12.5% 정도만 지금 알람 설정을 해놓은 상태시거든요. 그 의미는요, 지금 22만 명이 넘는 구독자분들이 계신데 그들 중에서 알람을 받으시는 분들은요 27,600명 정도밖에 되지 않는 겁니다. 예전에도 비슷한 수치였습니다. 그런데 최근 들어서 이 부분이 조금 문제가 되는 부분이 뭐냐면요, 여러분들 잘 아시는 것처럼 일주일에 3번씩 보내드리는 미주은의 본방송 외에도 미주은에서는 최근 들어 매일매일 오늘의 미국 주식 뉴스를 보내드리고 있습니다. 그런데요, 이 미국 주식 뉴스의 그 길이가, 영상 길이가 2분에서 한 4분, 많아야 한 5분 정도 길이를 가지고 있잖아요. 이 부분이 왜 문제가 되냐면요, 영상의 길이가 8분보다 짧을 경우에는요, 광고가 맨 앞부분에만 붙을 수 있고 영상 중간이나 끝에는 광고가 나올 수가 없습니다. 그렇게 되면요, 구글 입장에서는 제가 올리는 영상이 별다른 경제적 효과가 없게 되죠. 따라서 제가 올리는 짧은 영상들을 여러분들께서 추천 영상으로 보게 되실 가능성이 굉장히 적습니다. 구글 입장에서는 돈이 되지 않는 그런 컨텐츠가 올라오기 때문에 제 영상을 굳이 여러분들께 추천할 이유가 없어지는 거죠. 그럼에도 불구하고 저는 여러분들께 도움이 되는 영상이라고 생각해서 매일매일 이렇게 오늘의 미국 주식 뉴스를 보내드리고 있는데요. 여러분들 혹시 미국 주식 뉴스가 여러분들께 가치가 있는 그런 컨텐츠라면 매일매일 받아보셨으면 좋겠습니다. 그렇게 하기 위해서는 여러분들이 알람 설정을 꼭 해주셔야 되는데요. 지금 보시는 것처럼 미국 주식으로 은퇴하기의 페이지에 들어가셨을 때 서브스크라이브를 하는데 여기 꼭 표시가 돼 있어야 되고요. 그리고 오른쪽에 보시면 종 모양이 나오잖아요. 이 종 모양이 이게 흔들리는 모양이 나와 있어야, 이렇게 세팅이 돼 있어야 여러분들께서 알람을 받으실 수가 있습니다. 만약에 지금 보시는 것처럼 이렇게 종이 울리지 않거나 아니면 종이 아예 꺼져 있는 이런 마크를 가지고 계시면요, 제가 새로운 영상을 올리거나 아니면 커뮤니티를 통해서 여러분들께 포스팅을 해드릴 때 그 메시지를 받지 못하게 되실 가능성이 굉장히 높습니다. 그래서 하나만 부탁드리면요, 지금 영상 잠깐 멈추시고요, 여러분들 미주은의 본 페이지 가셔서요, 이미 구독을 하셨다면요, 여기 가셔서 알람 설정에 종이 울릴 수 있도록 설정을 해주셨으면 좋겠습니다. 그리고 또 한 가지 정보를 여러분들께 쉐어하고 싶은데요. 지금 보시면은 알람 설정을 해놨는데도 불구하고 알람을 받지 못하시는 분들의 수가 6,000명이 넘어갑니다. 그 이유는 뭐냐면요, 알람을 받으실 수 있는 설정이 되어 있지 않기 때문인데요. 유튜브 맨 오른쪽 끝에 가셔서 여러분들의 사진이 있는 곳을 누르시면요, 세팅으로 들어가실 수가 있습니다. 이 세팅으로 들어가셔서요, 서브스크립션, 즉 구독 쪽에 ON을 해주시면 여러분들 새로운 영상을 제가 올렸을 때 여러분들께 알람이 도착하는 그런 설정을 마무리하실 수 있게 됩니다. 저는 미주은이라는 채널을 운영하는 유튜버이자 저 역시도 유튜브에 올라오는 많은 영상들을 즐겨 시청하는 한 명의 시청자인데요. 저도 알람 설정을 하고 팔로우하는 그런 채널이 몇 개가 있습니다. 여러분들 잘 아시는 것처럼 데이비드에게 온 인베스팅이라는 채널도 굉장히 유용한 정보가 많이 들어가 있고요. 또한 치킨 지니어스 싱가포르라는 채널도요, 굉장히 재미가 있습니다. 테슬라 쪽에 완전히 몰빵을 한 그런 유튜버인데요. 이분의 영상도 굉장히 퀄리티가 있고 무엇보다도 굉장히 재미 요소가 있어서 매우 즐겨보는 그런 편입니다. 그리고 여러분들도 잘 아시는 것처럼 Best of Us Investors, 캐리 아저씨께서 운영하시는 그런 유튜브 채널이잖아요. 이 채널도 빼놓을 수 없는 재미 요소가 있습니다. 그런데요, 제가 한 1, 2주 전 정도에 캐리 아저씨의 영상을 보다가요, 굉장히 흥미로운 영상을 발견했습니다. How to become a better stock picker라는 제목의 영상이었는데요. 그러니까 어떻게 하면 우리가 좋은 종목을 픽업할 수 있는지, 어떻게 하면 좋은 종목을 선택할 수 있는지에 대한 그런 영상이었는데요. 이때 특별 게스트가 나와서 직접 설명을 해주는 그런 내용이었습니다. 그분은요, 다름 아닌 시킹알파라는 채널의 CEO였는데요. 이 영상을 보면서요, 이 CEO분에 대한 인상이 너무나 좋았습니다. 굉장히 열정적이면서도 점잖고요, 또 프로페셔널한 모습을 보여줘서 저도 이분하고 꼭 대화를 나눠봐야겠다, 이런 생각을 하게 됐거든요. 그래서 캐리 아저씨한테 부탁을 드려서요, 연락처를 받아내고 드디어 인터뷰를 성사시켰습니다. 2월 20일 토요일 방송의 제목은요, 시킹알파 CEO에게 직접 배워보는 미국 주식 투자의 정석입니다. 미주은 이번 방송의 이야기는요. 첫 번째로 시킹알파를 아시나요? 두 번째는 시킹알파 CEO와 함께 해보는 테슬라 주식 분석을 준비했고요. 세 번째로 주식투자와 함께 성장하는 우리의 인생, 마지막 타이틀은 성공적인 투자를 위해서 우리가 꼭 갖춰야 할 것은 무엇인지 한번 살펴보도록 하겠습니다. 여러분들 보시는 것처럼 굉장히 다양한 토픽으로 이번 인터뷰를 준비했는데요. 무려 90분, 1시간 반에 걸쳐서 이번 인터뷰가 진행됐습니다. 제가 열심히 지금 번역 작업하고 자막 작업을 하고 있는데요. 일단 오늘 보실 부분은요. 시킹알파를 아시나요? 라는 제목으로 일단 맛보기 한 20분에서 30분 정도 되는 영상을 준비했습니다. 그리고 나서 제가 번역 그리고 자막 작업이 끝나는 대로 나머지 부분도 계속 업로딩 해드리도록 하겠습니다. 아마도 시킹알파 CEO와 함께 해보는 테슬라 주식 분석은 한 40-50분 정도 되는 분량이기 때문에 하나의 영상으로 보내드릴 것 같고요. 그리고 챕터 3, 챕터 4에 나와 있는 주식투자와 함께 성장하는 우리의 인생, 그리고 성공적인 투자를 위해 필요한 것은 이 부분은 하나의 영상으로 합쳐서 보내드리도록 하겠습니다. 이번 인터뷰를 진행하고 나서 그리고 인터뷰를 진행하면서 제가 느꼈던 점은요. 유튜버 하기를 참 잘했다는 생각이 들었습니다. 그 정도로 굉장히 유용한 내용이었고요. 굉장히 멋진 분을 만나서 굉장히 멋진 인터뷰를 진행할 수 있는 멋진 기회였습니다. 여러분들과 이렇게 좋은 내용을 공유할 수 있게 된 것에 대해서 굉장히 다행으로 생각하고 있거든요. 따라서 여러분들 오늘 영상 말고요. 앞으로 따라오는 두 번째 영상, 세 번째 영상 많은 기대를 가지고 기다리셔도 좋을 것 같습니다. 이번 시리즈에서는요. 저도 배우는 입장입니다. 따라서 Catch Me If You Want는 생략하도록 하겠습니다. 자, 그러면 최고의 미국 주식 분석 웹사이트 시킹알파의 CEO와 함께 떠나보는 미국 주식 투자의 여정 함께 시작합니다.
Hi, David.
Hi, Charles. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. And I have to tell you, I've been watching your like videos, the stuff like ones I can do interviews that you've done in English. You're amazing.
Thank you.
You know, I was just thinking about just before we kind of like launch into this.
Of course.
You know, I was like thinking about this that platforms that empower people are so incredible. It used to be that the world was controlled by gatekeepers. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Where if you wanted to do video, you had to work for a TV station.
Yes.
Right. And suddenly, like platforms like YouTube, by the way, Seeking Alpha as well, because we have thousands of contributors.
Yes,
who
of
all,
course.
if you like it now, competing with Wall Street analysts, right? And in many cases are better than them. But it's just amazing how platforms empower people. And the other thing which I was thinking is that, you know, I've never spoken to anyone or communicated in any way with anyone in South Korea. I know that you're in Singapore now. And the fact that your video is going to be watched by people in South Korea is just amazing. But for me, it's amazing because just, you know, I don't know, you just kind of feel, wow, how amazing if I can get to know people there, help them in some way, you know, it's one of the great liberal democracies of the world. You know.
I think you are the person with a great mind. That's why you are very open-minded. You can see some value from this kind of how can I say, sudden relationship, because we haven't been connected for the entire life. Now we have this opportunity, and I feel very appreciated that you grabbed this opportunity to get connected, because we are living in the opposite side of the world, and this is very valuable chance for me as well. Yeah, I really want to say thank you for your generosity and your open mind, and I liked it a lot. I feel very appreciated.
Well, I feel exactly the same way, and I feel honored to do this with you. So thank you to you as well.
Thank you, David. You are a very humble person. I saw the video with Carrie, and I could see that you are really energetic. You have a passion on what you do, and you really try to teach Carrie what it's all about, and you were very proud to present your website, and I loved it. So I couldn't stand. I had to contact Carrie saying that I want to speak to this person. Please help me.
Well, listen, he forwarded your email to me. And when you said in your email that you're a premium subscriber to Seeking Alpha, I feel incredible gratitude to all of our customers because we haven't done much marketing. Like we don't do any advertising. We haven't done much search engine optimization or any of these things. And yet we've got a really large number of users because we just built a product that, as I said in the interview with Carrie, I built the product that I wanted for myself. And we try and stay focused on how to genuinely help people and how to make it good. So I'm very grateful to you as well for being one of our customers. Honestly, I mean that. It's like as a product person, if somebody pays for what you built, it's like I love you, man. Seriously, that's so great.
Thank you, David. I think you have a great opportunity because, as you mentioned, that you didn't really try to expand your business worldwide, right? I believe still now you are limited in the U.S. region, and at the moment, like you mentioned in the beginning of our conversation, now people have so much connection through this kind of social media and YouTube and so on. So now, in a very natural way, if you have a value, that value sells itself. I really feel like Sikkingalpha is one of the best the data source you can utilize for the US stock investment. I really mean it. Okay, so are you ready?
Yeah. Absolutely.
First of all, thank you very much for sparing your valuable time to speak with me today. Personally, I feel very happy and honored to have you on my show because Sikkingalpha is my favorite website for me to do my research and stock analysis to produce the content of my YouTube channel. So I'm very sure all of my subscribers are very excited as well to see you on the channel because they all know Sikkingalpha because they saw me utilizing the numbers on the website for many of my stock analysis contents. So please be aware that I'm a huge promoter of Sikkingalpha.
I'm really honored. I'm really honored to be on your channel. We live in an incredible world where previously, it was so hard to connect with different people. And, when this video is watched by people in South Korea, I just want to say a big hello and thank you to everybody for watching and a huge thank you to you for having me on.
No, it's my pleasure. And thank you as well for accepting my approach because I didn't really, I wasn't very confident that you will accept my request to speak to each other because, you are CEO of a big website and I'm just one YouTuber. And I can see that you are very open-minded and that you are a really amazing person who loves sharing the information. And, I think you are a very trendy person because the world is changing that way. We should be connected. We should share.
I don't think that my children would agree that I'm a trendy person, at least with the way I dress and their view. But thank you. I really appreciate that.
Okay, thank you. So while you are here with us, we would like to find out as much as possible about you and Sikkingalpha. And one of the reasons is, I'm not saying it not because you are right now in front of me. In my own opinion, Sikkingalpha is the most valuable website you can utilize for stock analysis at the moment because I'm the YouTuber specialized in stock analysis. So I had to check out all the websites available and I try to have a different information to make a good content of my channel. And if I have to choose only one channel to make my content, I will definitely choose Sikkingalpha. So I feel really honored today to have you in front of me, the CEO of my favorite website.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. So are you ready to go?
Yeah, absolutely. Fire away. And I'm looking forward to the discussion.
Fantastic. So first of all, please talk about yourself first. So please, can you kindly introduce yourself to the Korean audience?
Yeah, with pleasure. I grew up in London, in England. I studied economics and philosophy at university. I worked in the Treasury, which is the finance ministry, for a short time, and then in the Bank of Israel. I went to Israel. I met my wife in Israel, and I was always really interested in technology and investing. Those were the two areas that I was really interested in. And so my wife grew up in New York, and And I went back to New York with her, and I worked for Morgan Stanley, which is one of the largest investment banks, as a research analyst covering technology stocks during the tech bubble.
I see.
And after that experience in New York, I started Seeking Alpha. And it was the time when the internet was really developing and the read-write web was starting, meaning the ability not only to read things on the internet, but to contribute and write things, which we now take for granted, that you can write comments or upload YouTube videos or things like that. And I asked myself the question, how is the internet going to change the world of investing? How's it going to open things up so that people who have got valuable things to say about stocks can now say them without having to work at Morgan Stanley like I did, or one of the large investment banks? So I started Seeking Alpha, and we then moved back to Israel, which is an amazing place to live. The people are kind and generous. It's one of the great liberal democracies, and there's amazing technology people here. And so I now live in Israel, but Seeking Alpha is all over the world. We have thousands of contributors in America. We have news editors in America and in other time zones. We have developers in Eastern Europe and QA people and editors in India. So we're a kind of international company, and I think a real modern internet company in that respect.
I was actually wondering if you are English, because I could feel that your accent was from England. Because believe it or not, I was in England for almost 10 years, but you cannot tell from my accent. But I was in London for 9 years, and I met my wife there as well. We worked together in the hotel industry. We got married there. So England is my second home. We have a small flat there as well. So one day, after retirement, we want to go back to England to spend the rest of our life. So talking about Seeking Alpha, as far as I am aware, your website has more than 40 million visits per month, which is an amazing number. So we can say it is one of the most popular platforms available for the US stock investors. However, in Asia, especially in Korea, most of the Korean investors are not very familiar with your product and service. Could you please explain to us what Seeking Alpha is all about?
Yeah, that's a great challenge to explain it briefly for people who just aren't familiar with it. The founding ideas of Seeking Alpha were, first of all, to create a website where people could write about the stocks that they own or are selling, and that we would publish those articles on the stock with editors who would make sure that we only published high quality articles. And so Seeking Alpha is what I would call crowdsourced equity research. Instead of it being articles about stocks by professional analysts, it's articles by people who love investing and care about investing and have something to say, but don't necessarily work for Wall Street. That's the first aspect of it. The second aspect of Seeking Alpha is that we treat our readers as smart people. We like to put different viewpoints in front of people and say, you can decide which you think is more convincing. So whereas many investing websites and many YouTube channels, for example, are people who will say to their followers or to their viewers or their readers, this is the stock that you should buy. Our view is that what we want to do is empower people to make their own decisions by giving them fantastic information. And the final part of it is that we think a lot about how to make the website really useful for beginner investors, or also for people who don't want to spend too long on their investing, as well as people who are more sophisticated and want a lot of depth. So we've designed the website to have to be accessible to people who are newish to investing and to make it really powerful for them. But for the people who want to go into a lot of depth, to make it really easy for them to drill down and to explore things in depth so that they can make their own decisions.
I see. So it's for all the different level of investors then.
Yeah. And we basically cover practically every stock that trades in the US. We've got remarkably broad coverage and a huge base of users, not just the number of users, but people love it. They spend a long time on the website. There have been people who have made friends on the website. It's fun, right? Investing needs to be fun, right? It's not just about, gosh, I need to do this financially because it's not responsible if I don't do this. Investing should be fun. And so we care a lot that our articles are interesting, that comments are fun, that people meet other people, they make friends, you can message people on the website. There are whole communities that have developed on Seeking Alpha as well. So there's a human aspect to it as well.
That sounds fantastic. But to make it more effective, would you mind please show us how to read the information on Seeking Alpha and how to utilize the numbers when you make our investment decisions, utilizing maybe the screen recording?
Yeah, with pleasure.
Yes.
So let me go into screen sharing.
Yes, I can see already.
Okay, fantastic. So this is the homepage of Seeking Alpha. Let's take a well-known stock. For example, I'll take Facebook.
David, sorry. Would you mind if we go for Tesla? The reason is because the Tesla is the most popular single stock among Korean investors. We own, actually Korean people own 1.4% of the entire share.
Wow, amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, that's fun. Yeah, with pleasure. Okay, so here we are on the Tesla page.